Tonight, Twitter is getting ready to incorporate the fact-checking services of both the Associated Press and Reuters, two of the world's leading news agencies. Twitter says the news agencies will not be responsible for who is or who is not allowed to participate on their platform, but they will be responsible for helping Twitter determine what is or what isn't a verified fact or story, especially when it comes to breaking news. Kind of makes sense, but is it? Joining us now, Jennifer Massey. She's a Republican strategist and former congressional staffer. She is joining us from Nashville. And I understand, Jennifer, you have some background in journalism, too. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. I've written several articles for several different publications.
So, I mean, look, I would encourage anyone to hire someone who is a journalist, since that is my particular trade. That is my ability to practice my craft. I think we're good at checking a story and finding out what's factual and what's not. What worries me about this is, why do they choose a certain agency and perhaps not others? What's your concern?
My concern is that Twitter is already doing this. Bringing in the AP is just making it like on crack, is what I like to say. Because AP is globally respected as like the go-to news source around the world. They do breaking stories, and their speed of their content just flies across the globe. So Twitter teaming up with them is just going to make this even worse. Their Twitter censorship of things they don't agree with, and their attack on free speech in general.
Make what even worse? You say it'll make this even worse. When you say this, what do you mean by this?
Their attack on free speech with their censorship and them banning certain people, them showing different results. I can include Google in this and Facebook as well, redefining search engines to put people on a different path, which is what Twitter wants to do. You know, instead of letting something go viral, they would like to contextualize the conversation, create a discourse to show people where they should be looking and what they should be looking at.
But you would agree, right, that we have to find a way, at least social media companies like these monsters that you just mentioned, monstrous in size, by the way, I'm not accusing them of being monsters, that they do need to find a way of verifying information. You can't have people out there saying that 100,000 people were just killed in, I don't know, Washington, D.C., when you know that's not the case, right? You can't just allow people to lie on your platform. So what are they supposed to do?
You know, the thing is they seem to only ever pick one side for, you know, misinformation or labeling it misinformation, and that's the problem. Once they start being fair and showing, you know, both sides can have misinformation or slapping a warning label on there, no one's going to trust them, and it's going towards the distrust of the media in general at this point.
So are you sure that if I had a Democrat on here or someone very liberal, they wouldn't say exactly what you're saying? It's just that you happen to be conservative, so you think your side is the one that's always being picked on?
Well, no, I mean, I'll just give, they probably will. I'll say that right now. The thing is that you can tell, but the last president, you know, he was slapped with misinformation constantly, while, you know, the Chinese Communist Party, the Ayatollah Khomeini, and other leftists, misinformation was completely given a pass the entire time. So that's just one example of numerous examples. And I'm sure if you had a Democrat on here, they would probably have some examples as well.
Well, thank you so much. Interesting conversation. It's something to watch. I'll tell you, it's fascinating to watch the situation, the way it's developed. And I'm not sure that turning our ability to get new information on a daily basis to private corporations, whether it's Twitter or Facebook or whoever you choose, is something that's going to be beneficial for those of us who are trying to decipher new information in a democracy. So I think this is going to be an ongoing conversation that we have. And I thank you so much for joining us. Jennifer Massey joining us from Nashville. Thank you so much.